After the 2020 election, 19 states, including Florida, passed stricter voting legislation. You can see them in the orange right here on this map. Now, the president and other lawmakers are pushing for a law to counteract restrictions. 10 Tampa Bay's Angelina Salcido talked to community leaders who believe this fight parallels the battle fought just 57 years ago.
July 5th, 1963.
If this legislation is enacted and implemented, we will go a long, long way toward making the American dream a reality.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. continued his fight for equality in America, pushing for Congress to pass civil rights legislation. Fast forward to 2022.
My father did not let up for a moment, and neither have we.
Dr. King's son still putting pressure on Congress on the holiday marking his father's birthday, calling on legislators to pass stricter protections for voting rights.
We must keep the pressure on and say no more empty words.
57 years later, communities of color vow not to stay silent.
I understand what the family is saying. I have a level of frustration when it comes to voting rights and them being stripped.
Yvette Lewis, the president of Hillsborough County's NAACP chapter. She says sweeping legislation must be passed by any means necessary.
We need to make them do it. Dr. King back then was told not to do it, but he made them do it.
Dr. King's Selma to Montgomery March for equal voting rights and other protests helped fight for not just blacks, but Latinos and Native Americans too.
MLK was fighting for everyone.
Eliseo Santana, the president of LULAC Pinellas, which advocates for the Latino vote.
We have come a longer ways than what we did when they were marching for civil rights, which was the ability, the right to register to vote. We have that right. We're now fighting for the essence of being able to cast that vote.
Communities of color still confident change will come, and they won't give up.
I'm prayerful. It's got to. Because at some point in time or another, somebody's going to get tired. And it won't be me.
A vote on that sweeping legislation is set to take place tomorrow, a day after Dr. King's birthday. In this fight for voting rights, advocates often refer to the Voting Rights Act. Let's take a deeper dive into that law and the changes that took place. The act was signed into law by President Lyndon Johnson on August 6, 1965. Now, it ensured the right to vote for all men and women ages 21 and older, regardless of race, religion, or education. The law also outlawed discriminatory voting practices like literacy tests as a prerequisite to casting a ballot. By the end of 1965, 250,000 new black voters had been registered to vote. The act was challenged in the Supreme Court several times between 1965 and 1969, but the law held firm. It would later be strengthened in 1970, 1975, and 1982.